round 12 of 14, and we're in Marrakesh. Ravo on pole from B Dragon, Sonic and Jacko Tigranes. And it's Iron Fabness, Marcus Nelson, David Camino, and Leo. Then it's Staff Sanchez, Yuki Suo, U-Cable, the last of the championship favorites. And then it's Milres, Nokui, Nahave Regunathan, JD Venter, and Bob. Then it's Akari, MF1 World, Pastor Maldonado, and Daniel Baltasaro. Theodore Schumacher is 20, and then it's Salas Khan, and the championship leader, only 20 seconds. With only 3 more rounds to go, with 5 drivers in the championship hunt, it's all to play for here in Marrakesh. As all 5 laps go on, we go green for the Marrakesh E3. And for the top 2, that's a very even start. The 7's going to have the outside line coming into the first back turn. Ravo currently holding the lead, but they're side by side coming into the daunting third turn. Most back turn on the calendar. Ravo leads. Iron Fabulous up to second. B Dragon Sonic still fighting all this podium position. Hopefully the lead for the multi-time champion, and yes, that is the race lead for B Dragon Sonic in the number 44 car. David Camino currently 4th in the driver's standings, trying to get past the man currently 2nd. The man 3rd in the driver's standings, Ravo, down to 4th already. The 5th place man in the standings, UK Wall, currently down in 10th, and the championship leader in 21st place. He's now looking into the chicane. B Dragon Sonic with track limit this morning. We'll probably see a lot of those today, considering how that turn is so hard to get cracked. But coming through the final turn, it is B Dragon Sonic from Jacko Tigranes and Camino. David Camino coming on the flag for that 2nd place. Fastest lap going to B Dragon Sonic, but of course it's lap 1, so it doesn't matter. And there goes Ravo. Ravo trying to take P3 from Camino. That's going to help. That's going to hinder Camino's championship aspirations. Not as much as help Ravo. It will help Ravo, I do believe. As it stands, B Dragon Sonic would retake the lead of the championship. Ravo would be 2nd. The door's open. And Ravo, the Italian number 7, diving down the inside, and that is going to be P3 for Ravo here in Marrakesh. Very nice pass made. No DRS because we're in the wet conditions somehow here in Morocco. And Camino coming back with the inside line. Leo with a track limits warning. Not that smooth coming through the final turn then. B Dragon Sonic from Tigranes from Ravo. From Babinus, who's fighting with Camino. B Dragon Sonic coming fastest lap. Marcus Nelson resetting that. It's a 101.083. It'll likely be sub 1 minute lap times again in the dry like we saw in Sao Paulo, but the crash risk is a lot higher due to that chicane at the end of the track. On board with Yuki Suo on the back of Bob and Regunathan. Regunathan who pulled off some great moves last time out in Sao Paulo. Hopefully he can do some more, but for Sebastian Ocampo, he's only up into 17th place. It's been a very cool opening laps for the championship leader. He wants to move up quicker, but he also can't crash, or else that would basically be the worst thing to happen to his championship hopes. He would drop down to 4th in the driver's standings if he was out of the race. He would drop down to 4th anyway because he's not scoring any points. Drivers behind him, the 3 drivers behind him are all in the top 5. That is B Dragon Sonic, Camino and Ravo, all scoring points. Babinus trying to get past Marcus Nelson. That's going to be a bit of a fight. Tigranes holding 2nd place for Lamborghini Mako. The number 2 car currently in 2nd. And Camino still ahead of Ravo. B Dragon Sonic still winning this race for Hyperdrive Racing with 14 laps to go. One of the larger lap counts on the calendar, but still Monaco having the most massive laps. Still with Camino coming through these turns. And he's on the back of Tigranes, who's hoping to try and get past. If either Braun car fails to score points, they cannot win the championship. Mathematically. If either Braun car cannot score points and B Dragon Sonic or Ocampo win the race, Braun on GP's cars. That Braun car is out of the championship hunt. There goes Camino in turn 1, and he takes second place. UK Ball, speaking of Braun, gets himself back up into 5th. Tigranes almost dropped down to 4th. They're out of the podium positions with Rainbow hoping to try and make the position gain on lap 5 of 18. Around one of the shortest lap times of the calendar. There goes Rainbow trying to get it again. Not quite there, my friend. He's going to have to try and find another place to make the pass. Is this the place for the number 7 to make it? Not quite yet. And the rain seems to be clearing in a few laps. We are getting messages on the radar about rain clearing in a few laps as we come into this chicane. There goes Rainbow down the inside. What a move. Milrez has dropped off on what? Milrez with a puncture. The number 6 of Milrez for Renault Edams with a puncture. Only lap 5 of 18. Ocampo trying to get it past both Bob and MF1 World. This is fighting for 12th place. If he can just thread the needle, he will take both positions. And he's decided on the high line coming through turn 1, so no positions could even be gained for the number 14 car. You know, it's still nowhere near pit entries coming through the final turn now. Camino currently under threat from Rainbow. This is for second place. Rainbow trying to look for a place to make it through. It's definitely dry now. Has the rain stopped? It's drying quite a bit here in Marrakesh. As Milrez pits, what does he go on to? Is it still Intis for Milrez? I believe it probably still will be Intis for Milrez. No, it's softs. Softs for Milrez. Red walled soft tyres going on to the number 6 cars. Into the pits comes probably the entire grid. B Dragon Sonic first in. He's going to go onto the medium, so he wants to go way longer. The double stacking at Hyperdrive Racing. Of course, that's what they have to do, but it's a slow stop. It's a very slow stop as the entire grid goes by. I think Jack and Tigranes or David Camino, either or, they're going to have a very good shot at taking the lead immediately with all of this holding. And I think, no, it's going to be Jacko Tigranes, is it? Yeah, it's Jacko Tigranes who leads the way for Lamborghini Mako. Then it's David Camino and Dav Sanchez. Sebo Campo somehow is in P4. How has he managed that? Pastor Maldonado has come over the pits and he is on intermediate tyres. What are they smoking at Jaguar? B Dragon Sonic, of course, it's going to get by that slower Jaguar car. The crowd roars their approval coming through here as the weather conditions have changed quite drastically. And we're coming up to half race distance. Milrez setting a purple third sector as he tries to gain back to the back of the grid. Camino trying to take the lead and stamp his way into the final 2 races of the championship. And we've got a virtual safety car out of the race. Has gone past the Maldonado. Unsurprisingly, there is the Jaguar. You probably saw it for a split second there, but you still saw it. 10 laps to go here in Marrakesh, and we're under virtual safety car conditions. From wet to dry here in Marrakesh, the second round in Africa. We're about to go back racing then, with Jacko Tigranes leading the way, head of the field, and he's got David Camino on soft tyres right behind him. And I'm not too sure what to say about this. It's because Camino is going to get DRS coming down this next straight. Milrez with the fastest third sector of anybody. So coming into the chicane then, what is Camino going to do? Is he going to hold off from making a pass? He's holding off from making that pass. There's 4 now, maybe coming through the final turn. The DRS will get activated as soon as they hit the start-finish straight. And he's gaining. Bob with the time penalty is into the wall. It's gone UK Ball. Daniel Boggs is off with the time penalty rather. And UK Ball hit the wall. I think someone's got an issue maybe. Raven's trying to get himself higher into the points. It's what happened there for UK Ball to hit the wall. I'm not too sure, but Akari now setting the fastest lap in the E3. It's a 1 minute dead lap time. Akari dropping down the field. Marcus Nelson setting a sub 1 minute lap time around here. David Camino in the slipstream of Jacko Tigranes ahead. B-Track is like 4 seconds off the back of Sebo Campo. By the way, if you're looking at the championship of drivers, they're currently running 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th and 9th. As it stands, leaving here, everyone will still be in a shot for winning the title in the next 2 rounds. So keep an eye on Yas Island and London, the final 2 rounds. We're on to lap number 10. Ravo has been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision with Daniel Bogdasarov. Daniel Bogdasarov there in 8th. He's been in the mud of it. I think he's just helped his teammate have one less championship rival. Well, because as there goes Ravo up into 8th place, but with that 5-second time penalty, that drops him outside of the points. And of course, when you're trying to win a championship in a championship like this, you want to score as many points as you can. DRS will be available for Daniel Bolton, for Sebo Campo, and David Camino. For Camino, it will be the race lead. And a better shot at the driver's title. Not quite there. As out of the race has gone down Sanchez. And Sebo Campo, the championship leader, is in the wall. There goes B-Dragon Sonic. Virtual safety car. And the championship leader's hopes at his first career championship are beginning to fade away. Into the pits come the top 2. B-Dragon Sonic also in. And I think, yes, Sebo Campo also in the pits. I cannot believe what I've just seen. Sebo Campo seems to have taken out Dav Sanchez. We're under the green flag conditions again. UK Ball leading the way from Jacko Tigranes and David Camino fighting over that 2nd position. No, that's over the lead with Tigranes and UK Ball. Well, Camino has really left the back of Jacko Tigranes, and in terms of the championship, he is not his race. It's his teammate is his race. Ravo is his race. B-Dragon Sonic is his race. And it's been number 44 gets past Mahavir Raghunathan. And Marcus Nelson next on the chopping block for the number 44 car. Almost hits the back of the number 13 there. He's going to get a shot coming down into the hairpin where many botched overtakes have occurred. And into the hairpin they go. B-Dragon Sonic looking to the inside line. And into the wall has gone Marcus Nelson. Marcus Nelson missing his front wing there. Yellow flags in the 3rd sector. UK Ball pits. It's Ravo pits. Many drivers into the pits immediately. And oh, more yellow flags there as Leo spins and hits the wall. Not in that order. With 6 laps to go here in Marrakesh, Jacko Tigranes going for his first career victory. The first race win for the number 2 car since Catfish did it all those seasons ago, back in like season 8, most likely. Camino is 2nd, B-Dragon Sonic is 3rd, with Sebo Campo currently in 4th, and he's probably going to lose out on the championship lead. I believe the live championship is B-Dragon Sonic from Ocampo, from Ravo, possibly even from David Camino, because Camino currently in 2nd place. He's 3 seconds off the back of Jacko Tigranes, however. I don't think that Braun car, unless they try and out-strategy Tigranes ahead, who has just set the fastest lap, I don't think Camino can win this race. He's 2.6 seconds off the back, and we've got a virtual safety car as Ravo is out! Ravo, a championship contender, out of the E3. Slow moving Daniel Bogdasarov ahead, and he's lost his entire front wing column. Raghunathan comes into the pits, and that leaves Ravo, who is currently 3rd in the driver's standings. I don't think he can win the championship anymore with 3 rounds to go. Oh my goodness me! I cannot believe it's happened. With 5 laps to go, a championship contender out of the E3. So David Cameron is definitely going to take home third in the driver standings. He can't take home second without winning. And on to lap number 14 we go. Lamborghini Mako with Jaco Tigranes looking to win their first ever race in the Formula E Monoposto Championship, with only 2 more rounds in the season after this one. And it's from David Camino and B Dragon Sonic. Then it's this man, Sabo Campo, in the number 76 car, who probably could be in second right now if it wasn't for that wallbang coming through the chicane. The chicane in which Leo is currently coming through now, and his teammate, who is currently in last place, trying to overtake Mil Rez, who had a puncture earlier on in the E3. Akari with the fastest lap of the E3 now, or in that number 10 car of the Pinnacle Formula E team. And with only 4 more laps to go, this race has been one of the greatest ever. Mil Rez now resetting the fastest lap of the E3. It's a 58.590. And looking back with B Dragon Sonic, David Sebo Campo, by the way, guys, he is gaining on the Hyperdrive car. This will probably come down to the last lap. Bob also gaining on Ocampo at the same rate. We're on to the third to last lap. B Dragon Sonic has decided to come in again. Ocampo has also decided to come in again. And I believe this is for medium tyres. Is it? Yeah, it's medium tyres with 3 to go. 2 championship contenders deciding that a 2-stopper, including that first stop onto dry tyres, is the way to go. Would have been a 2-stopper anyway, because that's as far as those tyres would have gone. It's 8th place coming out of the pits for B Dragon Sonic. It is 9th place for Sebo Campo, but he's got Akari on his back. Taylor Schumacher with a track limits warning. The crowd roaring the Philippine driver to go after his countryman in the number 76 car to try and take 9th place away from Sebo Campo. I'm pretty sure they've just pulled in the drivers just to make sure that nothing bad can happen further on into the race. But Bob currently in third, currently doing pretty well. Tigranes is in, Camino is in, will Bob pit as well? Who else is coming into the pits on this lap? I've got no clue. Ragunathan has been overtaken by B Dragon Sonic, who's almost hit the wall there. Sebo Campo now with another driver to try and pass, to make sure that B Dragon Sonic doesn't take the weight of the championship. Many drivers have come into the pits, but Jaco Tigranes is still leading from now UK Ball and David Camino. And I think Born GP are probably just going to let their drivers race for the position. And JD Venter currently in 4th place. He's 2 seconds ahead of B Dragon Sonic and Mahavir Ragunathan, and also Sebo Campo, who is actually, I believe, yeah, he's a second away from the Hyperdrive car. And Kiwi with another pit stop on his way out of the pits now. And I do believe, yeah, the 2 Brawn drivers nip and tucks. They're probably going to be side by side at the DRS point. Slow moving as UK Ball, in fact. Probably just to let his teammate by. There goes David Camino. And that was about as clean as they could have made that pass. Looking at B Dragon Sonic now, is on to the penultimate lap of the E3. It's Jaco Tigranes who is leading the way on lap 17, and someone's gone off. It's Theodore Schumacher who's had an off. UK Ball and JD Venter both into the pits. Track's been cleared now at that part of the track. Daniel Bogdasarov getting past Anna Badness there. MF1 World and Anarchy both coming to this part of the track, almost hitting the wall. But on the penultimate lap of the E3, it has been a great run of form for Jaco Tigranes in the number 2 car for Lamborghini Mako. The Lamborghini Mako team, who are currently second to last in the constructors standings. The Lamborghini Mako team, where the second driver hasn't scored that many points until 2 races ago in Rome. And it's a Lamborghini Mako team who look set to win their first ever race win. Sebo Campo is going to try and get past Mahavir Ragunathan here. He gets past Mahavir Ragunathan here. Coming into this chicane. Almost hitting the wall, but that's not quite. It's over a second, the gap between B Dragon Sonic and Campo. I think Sebo Campo has lost out on a shot of holding on to that championship lead. And still yellow flags. In section, the 3 is Yuki Suo and Salos Kynes have both had an incident. and Yuki Soro missing his front wing as we go on to the final lap. Fastest first exit for Jaco Tigranes is looking to come home with max points here in Marrakesh. But looking now to the Lamborghini Maker car in the number 2. He's not been a number 2 driver today. He's been number 1 for most of this E3, coming through the final sector here in Marrakesh. The crowd roars for Jaco Tigranes in the number 2 car. He comes round the final corner. He sees the checkered flag with all the adversity thrown towards him. And Jaco Tigranes wins his and Lamborghini Maker's first career victory here in Marrakesh with the fastest lap of now being taken by David Cameron of 56.750. Coming through the final turn is your new championship leader, B Dragon Sonic, as we head into the final 2 rounds of the championship. Sebo Campo threw everything he had in them, but he's just not quite able to do it. Iron Badness in the wall, and I believe that will probably spell the end of his time at Volkswagen Formula E team. Expect an announcement at the end of the season, as we see now all of the other cars come across the line, and I believe the UK ball is now out of the championship running. Mil Rez, however, the yellow flags in the first section due to one car going off. Does Mil Rez reset the fastest lap? Yes, he does. It's a 56.5. This is a podium then here in Marrakesh for the inaugural Marrakesh E3 in the Formula E Monoposte Championship. Jaco Tigranes for the Armenian driver. It's the first win for an Armenian driver in the Formula E Monoposte Championship. From David Cameron of Romania and B Dragon Sonic of Nigeria. Then it's Sebo Campo in 4th from Mahavi Ragunathan, Bob, Marcus Nelson and UK Ball. Then 9th down to 16th, it's Sars Kynes, Yuki Suro running out the point scorers. Then it's JD Venter, MF1 World, Ina Fabness and Okui, and the 2 pinnacle cars of Kari and Leo. Outside of the top 16 is Theodore Schumacher, Daniel Bogusarov and Mil Rez. Non-finishers were the hyperdrive car of Bravo, Staff Sanchez and Pastor Maldonado. In the driver's standings, look who's still on top. I was wrong. Sebo Campo leads the way from B Dragon Sonic and Ravo. David Cameron has 5 points off the back of that hyperdrive car. Then it's UK Ball on 83 points, and then it's JD Venter. Jaco Tigranes is 7, 6 points ahead of Ryan Fabness. Then it's Leo, Dash Sanchez, Daniel Baltasar, Mil Rez, Carlos Kynes, and Bob. Then it is Marcus Nelson, Mahavi Ragunathan, and Okui, Yuki Suo, Akari, Theodore Schumacher, and MF1 World. In the constructors' standings, going into the Yas Island E3, Hyperdrive lead the way on 256 points from Braun on 195, and it's Andretti on 182 points. Then it's Volkswagen on 135, and then it's Lamborghini Mako. Up next is Renault Edams, who's on 74 points, Pinnacle on 69 points, Rodin Motorsport on 66 points, Jaguar on 64, Red Bull FE on 57 points, and Skoda Volkswagen Formula E team on 17 points. What a race in Marrakesh that was. I'll see you guys next time for the first half of the finale to season 13.